So if you're tired of having boring PS5 streams without being able to add any kind of overlays because you don't have a capture card or you don't have an expensive computer, this video is going to walk you step by step on how to go ahead and get overlays without needing any of those things. So just go ahead and follow along, gain access to a computer just so you can get on the internet. Most of this stuff you can do it in the browser on your PS5 or sometimes even on your mobile. When it comes to adding overlays though, you are going to want to be on the computer just for the initial setup. After you set this up one time, you can manage everything from your phone, and even if you don't want to, every time you press go live directly on your PS5, it's going to bring up your overlays for that platform. So just do it for the initial setup and you'll be fine. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to a website called Lightstream.com. Every link that I mentioned today is going to be in the description of this video to be able to guide you along. So once you're here, you're going to see that this is the tool that we're going to utilize to be able to go ahead and add our overlays. Now, Lightstream is not free. However, do not need to go ahead and get their $16 a month plan for 1080p 30 frames per second unless you want to. You can go ahead and get away with 720p 30 frames per second for streaming, especially when most people are going to be watching you on mobile. So once you go ahead and get your plan selected, you're also going to see that there's a remote control for your stream utilizing your mobile device. Okay, once you have that in place, we can go ahead and get logged in, and that's going to bring us here over to the dashboard to get everything set up. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect your Twitch account. So you click add destination, select Twitch. It's going to ask you to authorize Twitch to be able to go ahead and utilize Lightstream. And then there are going to be a few steps later that we'll do on the PS5 directly to make sure this actually works. So then here on the left-hand side, you're going to go to My Project. You're going to select New Project, and you're going to make sure you select a new gamer project. Now, what you have here is an option to auto live My Project. What that means is that every time that you just press go live directly on your PS5, it's going to automatically push your stream live to Twitch with all your overlays and everything that you need, right? So I'm going to go ahead and leave that on auto live, and now we can begin this actual process. So the first thing we're going to do here where it says layers is we're going to go ahead and select our game source. So this is going to be everything that's coming from our PS5 is going to show up as a game source directly inside of Lightstream. So that's going to be the first step. The next thing that we're going to want to do here is this going to be our scene 1, right? And this is going to be mainly for our gameplay scene. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this, and I'm going to name this our gameplay scene here. So I'm going to say gameplay, and then we'll come back to the scene here in just a moment. So what we want to do is that because we don't just want our gameplay here, this would be not worth it, right? Because we want to go ahead and add overlays. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and buy some overlays for you to be able to utilize on your stream. I'm going to go ahead and utilize overlays from streamdesigns.com. Again, I'll put a link in the description of this video. They have tons of animated overlays that you're able to go ahead and select from and utilize. And for today's example, I'm going to utilize the package called Matrix. Just going to give us everything that we need, and it's going to be 100% animated. So it'll give us our just chatting scene, our gameplay bar, our webcam overlay, our panels, our alerts, our starting soon, our be right back, our ending soon, different webcam overlays, and they're all going to be animated, right? So if we take a look at this is going to be the animation that we're going to get, and you can see here that everything that we need is going to be here for us to be able to do this, right? I'm also going to go ahead and get a countdown timer. So Stream Designs has tons of countdown timers for you to be able to select from. I'm going to go ahead and utilize Matrix, which is the one that ties into the package that I went ahead and got, and then we can go ahead and move forward. Now, you can go ahead and get overlays from anywhere that you may want. You can create your own, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to utilize Stream Designs because I have professional overlays, and I'm going to go ahead and utilize that for this example here. So once you've gone ahead and gotten your overlays, what you're going to want to do, if you went ahead and got them from Stream Designs, they're going to come in a zip file just like this. And what you're going to want to do is if you're on Mac, you want to go ahead and double click. If you're on Windows, you want to go ahead and right click and select extract. Once you do that, it's going to go ahead and create a folder for you. And then once that folder is created, we'll be able to start accessing our overlay. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to come back here into Lightstream. I'm going to click this little plus icon. And what I'm going to do here is you see where it says here video clip. Okay, this is where we want to select that. We want to go ahead and upload a video. We want to browse our files because an animated file is going to be a video. Okay, we're going to come to our desktop. We're going to come to our animated stream package, and we're going to go ahead and select our overlay scenes. And the first one that we're going to look for is going to be our starting soon. We're going to hit open. It's going to be listed right there. We're going to hit upload file, give it a few moments here. And then once that uploads, we're going to be able to have our first overlay added. So now you can see here that now we have our initial overlay added. So when I go live on my PS5, if I'm on this scene, this is what's going to be seen, right? Tell me how this is already starting to look extremely professional. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and just delete the game source for this one, because we're going to want this to be here at the bottom starting soon. And now I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to name this one to be here the countdown timer. Countdown timer. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to select, make sure we're on the right scene. We're going to hit this little plus icon. We're going to come to video clip. We're going to upload a video. We're going to browse files. And again, remember, if you buy the animated stream package, it does not come with the countdown timer. You have to get the countdown timer individually. So I'm going to come to my desktop. I'm going to come to where it says here countdown timer. I'm going to select it. Here's a 5-minute countdown timer. I'm going to hit upload. It's going to take a few moments for it to go through. All right. And once it's done, it's going to go automatically be added in there. So now we can see here, I can switch to my starting soon. I can switch down to my countdown timer. And now what I want to do is I want to go ahead and add my additional scenes. So I'm going to open here. The next ones that we're going to add is going to be BRB. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit plus. I'm going to come to where it says video clip. I'm going to upload a video. You're going to come back into your package. And then from here, you're going to be able to go ahead and select overlay screens. You're going to select be right back. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And now you can see here that I'm going to go ahead and upload it. And that's going to go ahead and get added here as well. Now, the be right back screen is what you're going to utilize if you need to step away, if you need to go to use the restroom, if you need to go get a snack, somebody's at your door. This is a great screen to be able to add to make your stream look professional, right? So now that we have our be right back, we also want to go ahead and add in our ending scene. So ending, we'll hit this plus icon again. We're going to come and select video clip, upload video. And now we're going to end here our ending soon. So we're going to select OK. You're going to select upload. And this is going to be the scene that you utilize when you are going to go ahead and getting ready to end your stream. This is a great way to play this. So that way it's ending and you can say, all right, guys, my stream's getting ready to end. Thank you so much for watching. And you can come back again at another time, right? And you let somebody know your schedule. So those are going to be the main scenes you have there. Now we want to go ahead and create our gameplay scene to be able to make sure that this works. So we'll click here. New scene. We'll name this gameplay. And now you'll see here that we'll press the plus icon. We'll come here and select game source. And now this is going to be our game that's going to be playing here, right? So now we're going to go ahead and add in our overlay bar, which is going to have our like new follower, new subscriber, and things of that sort. So we're going to come to video clip. We're going to click upload video. We're going to hit browse. And now what we're going to do is we're going to come here to where it says overlay screens. You're going to see it says overlay bar. You're going to select open. And now you're going to see here that our overlay bar is going to go ahead and get uploaded. So I'm going to select OK. There it is. And now you can see here that now we have a professional looking overlay bar that now I can resize. And a little bit later, I'll show you guys how to go ahead and add labels. So that way, when somebody does subscribe or follow you, then it shows up in that box there. So now that we have that in place, the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and add in our webcam. So to be able to add in our webcam, I've put a link in the description of this video to be able to send you an image that you can utilize to be able to help you kind of guide you of where you can place things, right? So I'm going to hit upload image. I'm going to hit browse. I'm going to come to my desktop here. And this is a good image to be able to utilize to kind of give you a little bit of a guide of where you can place your camera if you're going to use a camera directly inside of your PS5, or if you're going to connect a webcam directly to your computer, then you actually don't even need to use this. You have full flexibility of where you can place things, right? So I'm going to go ahead and utilize this. Now I'm going to hit this plus icon again. I'm going to come here to video clip because we're going to get an animated webcam overlay. Okay, I'm going to hit browse, and then I'm going to come back to my package here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select webcam overlays, and you have 3 different options to be able to select from, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and select the webcam with border. Okay, there it is. I'm going to hit upload. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and place it and use this box to be able to decide exactly where my camera is going to be. So let's say it's going to be there. And remember, based on the game that you're going to play, this can go ahead and change. And remember that only if you are using the image for the camera on your PS5 do you need to go ahead and utilize this. If you're using it from your computer, then it's totally fine, right? So I'm gonna delete that. Now you can see here that I have my webcam, I have my overlay bar at the top, and now we have this nice looking scene here. So if we come back, we have our starting soon, we have our countdown, we have our be right back, we have our ending. Now I'm gonna move my gameplay simply right after the countdown, right? It's gonna go down, and now I can come in here and be able to utilize this just like this. But now what do we do when we want to add some alerts? So to be able to add alerts, alerts. So that way, when somebody does follow us on Twitch, we're able to go ahead and have that pop up here on our screen. So to be able to do that, we're going to come to a website called StreamElements. And again, there's a link in the description for everything that I'm mentioning here today. So once you go and get logged in, it's going to ask you to get logged in with your Twitch, and then you'll get connected. You'll give authorizations to be able to gain access to StreamElements. And now what we simply want to go ahead and do is we want to come here to the left. We want to go to streaming tools. We want to go to overlay. We want to go ahead and select new overlay. We're going to leave it at 1080p. We're going to hit start. And now we're going to say add widget. We're going to go to alerts, alert box. And you're going to see here, this is going to give us the follow alert, subscriber alert, tip alert, cheer alert, host alert. And you can look here if you do a test, right? It's going to give you a basic one to be able to see if you want that. But remember, your package came with alerts for you to be able to utilize that's custom to the package. So that way everything stays consistent, right? So we're going to come back here. We're going to click on follow alert, and I'm going to show you how to do one. And then once you know how to do one of them, you can do it for all the rest, right? So I'm going to come here and select change video. I'm going to go ahead and select upload. I'm going to select files. I'm going to come right back to my package that I went ahead and got. I'm going to come to alerts. I'm going to look for the one that says follower, new follower. I'm going to hit open, and you're going to see that now it's going to go ahead and upload. So here it is. I'm going to select submit, and now we can go ahead and test this so we can start to actually tweak it, right? So here it is. There it is that it popped up. What we want is we want the name to come up in the center. So if I select here, hit follower, you can see here that now it's right where it needs to be, but it's a little bit too big, right? So in order for us to change that, we're going to come to text settings. We're going to come to where it says size here. And most of the time, what we're going to do is probably go 25. There it is. And then now for advancement, we want to reduce it just a little bit. So I'll put maybe 90. That sounds about right. So 90 looks good. And then as size wise, we may want to go here 18. This is going to give us the perfect look. There it is. All right, so now we have following. If you want to tweak that, you can tweak that a little bit more. Then you would just go ahead and follow the steps for every single one, exactly the way that I went ahead and did it. Once you've done that, you're going to hit save. You're going to name this. You're going to name this alerts for PS5 stream. You're going to hit save, and then we're going to come here and click this little paperclip icon, and then we're going to come back here into Lightstream. We're going to make sure that we're on our gameplay scene. We're going to hit this plus icon, and what we're going to do here is we're going to go third-party integrations. We're going to go ahead and select the browser source, or you can actually select StreamElements. And once you select StreamElements, you can go ahead and paste that link that we just went ahead and copied, hit paste. And now what we can do here is that we can come back here to StreamElements. I will hit emulate, and I will hit it a few times just so you can hear it. When you come back here, you're going to see here that there is our alert. So again, I'm going to just make this a little bit bigger. So now whenever somebody follows, somebody subscribes, somebody donates, that's going to pop up automatically without you having to do anything. Everything that I'm showing you here today, you simply need to set it up one time, and then after that, you're pretty much good to go. So now you say, how do I go ahead and add in my chat? So you have two options here. You can see your chat here on the left-hand side. Anytime that you go live, you're able to respond. You're able to manage your chat here on the right side. But if you want your chat to show up on your stream, what we want to do is you want to come back here to StreamElements, hit new overlay. And then what you're simply going to do, you're going to say, follow the same steps here. We're going to say add widget, and we're going to go to streams tools, and then you're going to go to stream chat. And then here's going to be our stream chat. So now we can increase the size of this, and now we can go transparent. I'm just going to leave it as white so you can see it. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to name this PS5 chat. You're going to hit save. And then what you're going to do is you're going to select this little paperclip icon. You're going to come back here to Lightstream. Okay. And then once you're here, you're going to select this plus icon, third-party integration. You can go ahead and do browser source. And then here you can go ahead and add that link, hit enter. And now you can see here that here is our chat that we went ahead and created, right? So now I can place my chat right here in the corner. Once you know where it's at so you can see it, now you come back here to StreamElements, you go to white chat and you go to custom, and now it makes it transparent. And when you hit save, it automatically uploads right away. So you can see that my chat is now transparent. So now I've added my chat, I've added my overlays, I've added my webcam overlay, and now I've added here inside my overlay bar. So to be able to add labels, so that way when somebody does goes ahead and follow you here, you can go ahead and come back here to StreamElements. We can go to overlay, new overlay, and then you'd want to do this for every single label that you would want. You would hit add widget, you would go to labels, we would go to follower, I will go layers, and then you see here that here it is exactly where I want. Now I would just go ahead and utilize the name only. So just the name, okay, it's all you want. So there's the name. I would hit save, name this label PS5. I would hit save here. And then once I hit save, I'm going to come back, click this little paperclip icon. I'm going to come back here into Lightstream, and then I'm going to hit this little plus icon. I'm going to hit third-party integration. I'm going to hit browser source, and then I'm going to paste that link in there. And now you're going to see here that I'm going to have here my recent followers. So now what I would do is I would place it there. And now every time that somebody follows, that's going to automatically update for you, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here. I'm going to select this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and delete the alert for right now. I'm going to click this little plus icon. I'm going to come to third party. I'm going to add it right back in. I'm going to paste it right in here in this URL, hit enter. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and test my alert one more time. So I'm going to hit it a few times. I'm going to test it. And then there is my alert. So that's going to be how you're going to go ahead and add in your overlays. However, just adding in your overlays right here is not going to make it pop up on your stream. There are some few steps that we need to take directly in on the PS5 to make sure this all works the way that we need to. But there's this one more scene that we need to go ahead and create, and that's going to be our just chatting scene. So to be able to add that, let's say that you want to have all your, your overlays, your chats and everything. You don't want to do it over again. All you can do is hit this little icon here, duplicate this. It's going to go ahead and create a new scene just like this. And now we can do just chatting. Okay. That way you keep your alerts, you keep everything else. And then what we want to do is that we'll go ahead and just remove the things that we don't need. Like we'll delete that. We don't need that. We don't need the webcam overlay either. So we're going to unlock it. We're going to delete it. So now what we're going to do is here, we're going to hit this little plus icon. We're going to come here to where it says video clip, and we're going to pull in our just chatting scene that we have here from our overlay. So we're going to go to browse. We're going to come back here to our package. We're going to select here overlay scenes. You're going to see here you have a just chatting. This is a great scene to be able to utilize for you to be able to go ahead and engage with your viewers. You can start to see how we're starting to have a super professional looking stream. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab our gameplay. Your gameplay most of the time is either going to go here in the center, or you can put it here in the corner. Now, if you're using a webcam directly on your PS5, then you're not going to have too much flexibility when it comes to your camera. So I would put the gameplay in the middle if you want to, or put your camera if you're using a camera on your computer, but your gameplay will go there. We already have our chat. Okay, so to be able to add our chat, let me just unlock this. Here's our chat right here, and we can come back in here, okay, to our chat to be able to customize this so we know how to place it. We would go here, white chat, hit save. We would come back in here, and now you can see that we have a white chat. So what we want to do is we want to bring this up. Okay, so if you see it's behind, we want to bring this to the top, okay, and we want to put our chat directly where it needs to go. So I'm just going to resize this and make sure that our chat fits directly where we need it to be. So I'm just going to bring it in here. I'm going to paste it in there. And now I can size this, and now my chat's going to show up there. Once I have it exactly where I want it to be, I can come back to the chat, come here, select custom, hit save, and now you can see here that now we have this in place. And then typically what you would want to do is place your camera there. And now you can see here, remember we did our labels, and then here at the top you can see where we have our labels, right? So here's our label. Now I can place that in there. This is going to be for the follower, okay, and then this is going to be for the donation, and this process is the same for the donation. You would come here into StreamElements, we would go select new overlay. You would then come here and you would select a start, and then you hit add widget. You would go to labels, and now here you would go to where it says bits, right? And then you would select latest bits. You would go latest cheer, and now you have that in there. You would hit save, copy the link, and then you'll be able to come back into Lightstream to be able to add that in there. Okay, so we're gonna have here our starting soon. That's gonna automatically play. We're then gonna have our countdown timer. That's gonna play for us. We're then gonna have our gameplay scene. That's gonna have our game. And then we're gonna have our just chatting scene. It's gonna have our alerts, our overlays, our webcam, right? We're gonna have a be right back. We're gonna have an ending, and we did that all by using Stream Designs and using Lightstream to be able to accomplish this, right? So now let's go ahead and go over to our PlayStation, because we need to let PlayStation know that Lightstream is gonna put overlays on our stream when we go live, right? So to be able to do that, we're gonna come here to our PlayStation. So once you're on your PlayStation, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna come to where it says settings. Once you're here where it says settings, you're gonna come to where it says network. And once you're here under network, you're gonna go ahead and select settings. And where it says here, set up a internet connection, you're gonna go ahead and select set up internet connection. You're gonna hover over your internet, and you're gonna press the option, okay? You're gonna come to where it says advanced settings, and then you're gonna scroll down to where it says DNS settings. You're gonna select manual, okay? And that's gonna say primary DNS 000, secondary DNS 000. So to be able to go ahead and get the information we need for the primary DNS, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna go go to the link in the description, okay? And once you go to the link in the description, it's going to bring you to a site just like this. And it's automatically going to tell you the best one to utilize based on your location, right? So we're going to copy this here. So I'm going to come back to the PlayStation once I have that information, okay? And I'm going to come to primary, and all I'm going to do is type in that number that I just went ahead and got, right? So that's what we're going to do there. And then the secondary DNS, you will just leave it at 0. Then you simply will select OK. Going to go ahead and connect to the access point. It's going to give it a few moments. What this is doing is telling it that, hey, every time that we go live on our PlayStation 5 to Twitch, send it over to Lightstream so we can have some overlays. So now that we've done that, you now want to make sure that you're able to stream to Twitch. So you'll come to user and accounts. You want to make sure you go to linked services, and you want to make sure that you link your Twitch account, right? That's super important that you do that for us to be able to go live. So now what we're going to do here is that we're going to come back to our dashboard. Now you need to go ahead and load a game to be able to go ahead and stream. So we're going to go ahead and just do God of War for right now. Once that game loads up, what we're going to do here is we're going to run a test to make sure that our stream is going to Lightstream and that is going to Twitch as well, right? So let's go ahead and let the game load up. I'm going to go ahead and have my Lightstream open. So once you're going to be ready to go live, you'll come over here to where it says broadcast. Okay, it's going to see that my Twitch is connected. I'm going to leave it as test stream. I'm going to select go live. So now it's going to say starting broadcast. It says now I'm broadcasting. I'm going to come back here and it says you are live, right? Here's my gameplay, right? So you can see that now my PlayStation is talking directly to Lightstream and it's showing everything that I have here. So now if I come back here to my Twitch, I'm now live and there are all my overlays, right? So now if I go ahead and come back to my Lightstream and I switch over to my countdown scene, it should switch over to my countdown scene. And you can see here, now it went ahead and switched over to my countdown. Now I did tell you that you're going to be able to go ahead and manage all the scene switching directly from your phone. So remember, you only need to do this for the initial setup. So to be able to change everything on your phone, what you're going to do is you're going to go to the link in the description of this video. It's going to say remote.golivestream.com. Once you're there, it's going to ask you to get logged in with your Twitch account. And then once you go ahead and get logged in, everything that I want to be able to switch to is going to allow me to switch. So you can see here, I'm on my mobile. I'm going to switch over to my gameplay. When I select that, on my Twitch, automatically, it's going to switch to my gameplay with all my overlays. If I want to say, hey, you know what? I want to take a break. I hit be right back on my phone, and it's going to automatically change to the be right back on my Twitch stream. So you can see there that now you have a professional looking stream. But here's an additional hack that you can actually do, right? If you want to be able to stream to both Twitch and Kick at the same time with having overlays without needing a computer or a capture card, go ahead and watch this video right here where I show you how to stream to Kick on your PS5. I'll see you guys in the next video.